I will go. I will go. But in order to appreciate this journey, it is necessary to understand where the church is coming from. The Seventh-day Adventist Church is a church called by God for a mission. It started out as a small movement in the mid-1800s in the United States of America, and today it is mushroomed to how we know it. Millions and millions of members across the world. Today, we will go back in time and experience God's intervention in the lives of young people like you who allow themselves to be used by Him. Please journey with us through historic Battle Creek. Feel the passion of our pioneers and become inspired to say, I too will go. William Miller left his Baptist heritage and became a deist. When he went to war, he was exposed to many dangers, bombs and rockets, and he saw many of his friends die. But God miraculously protected him. This led him to come back to God. He started to carefully study the Bible and found that the 2300-day prophecy pointed to the soon return of Jesus to this earth. Even though he never personally set a date for the second coming of Jesus, he believed that his return was near. However, in camp meeting, Samuel Snow presented a message known as the Midnight Cry, where he concluded that Jesus was coming to this earth on October 22, 1844. This gave rise to the Millerite movement. The Millerites, or Adventist believers, suffered a major disappointment when they did not see Jesus return, and most of them gave up hope in the second coming of Jesus. But many believers, including William Miller and Ellen Harmon, still believe that the fulfillment of this prophecy was still in the future. On December 1844, Ellen Harmon, a 17-year-old girl, received the first of some 2,000 visions and prophetic dreams that God gave her throughout 70 years. She saw the Adventist members walking on a narrow path. Then she saw the light, the Millerite movement shining behind them, and Jesus leading them in front. And as long as they kept their eyes on Jesus, they were safe. She also saw the second coming of Jesus, the resurrection and the ascension of the redeemed to the New Jerusalem. Later on, she saw another vision in which God called her formally to be His messenger. She saw the trials and opposition she would face. She was worried about being so young, shy, uneducated, and sick. Nonetheless, she accepted the call and began to work and share what God had showed her. On August 30th, 1846, Ellen married James White. Some months later, they read a tract from Joseph Bates called The Seventh-Day Sabbath, a Perpetual Sign, where he explained the biblical reasons for keeping the Sabbath. Thus, they started keeping the Holy Sabbath. On April 1847, Ellen White had a vision of the heavenly sanctuary where she saw the law of God in the most holy place and a halo of light encircling the fourth commandment. This vision confirmed the Sabbath truth that Joseph Bates had published. Joseph Bates, when staying with Dan and Abigail Palmer, had a dream of going to Battle Creek. He traveled by train and did not know where to start, but God impressed him to go to the post office and ask for the most honest man in town. They directed him to David Hewitt, who lived in a log cabin similar to this one. After a day-long Bible study about the Sabbath, the Hewitts became the first Sabbath keepers in Battle Creek. Joseph Bates, the Whites, and Hiram Edson usually traveled extensively teaching the truth to others. But it occurred to the Adventists that they should begin publishing their new found truths. Then Ellen G. White had a vision where she was told to publish a little paper called The Present Truth Later, it would be called the Review and Herald. In 1855, the Adventists of Battle Creek urged the whites to move here to continue their publishing work. With the sacrificial help and financial support of the members, they started their publishing work. Some members even sold their farms to raise funds for their printing house.
Always ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In 1856, the Kellogg family also arrived in Battle Creek, and shortly after their arrival, donated $500, equivalent to 2 years' salary, to start the first Adventist Health Institution, which was inaugurated in 1866 in Battle Creek. Little did he know that one of their sons, with the financial assistance of the whites, would later become a medical doctor and the director of the Adventist Health Sanitarium here in Battle Creek. He based his health approach in the counsels and visions of Ellen White, which emphasized a wholesome diet, exercise, and a healthy lifestyle to cure and prevent disease. This school, donated by the Historic Society of Battle Creek, representing the beginning of Adventist education. In 1870, the pioneers hired Mr. Bell to teach their children. Amongst the first students were William and Edson White.